All right, guys. We got Solar in the top right of Mothership. That's right. He's on a bloody Protoss Mothership for Team Falcons. And he's facing a Terran in the other side of the Mothership. Why is there a Terran and a Zerg fighting in a Mothership? You guys, please let me know in the comments what your lore is for why this has happened. Is it an unused Mothership? Are all the Protoss asleep in hibernation on it? How did the Terran and Zerg both get here? I don't know, but I want to see what goes on. We've got BYUN in the bottom left for Shopify Rebellion. It's a ZVT best of 3 here in the Pigosaur weekly number 54, $400 weekly open cup. And we do this on the American time zone. We try to get a few Americans in, but of course, as we know with Pro StarCraft, as we get to the pointy end of the tournament, you're always going to see the regulars. BYUN Solar, I think we got Hero and Clem playing today. I think Q is in the bracket, Percival, bunch of other players. Mostly Korean players today, plus Clem. No max packs after having a lot of success in some of the other tournaments over the last few days. He's had a couple of good days of tournament games. So it looks like he didn't want to stay up too late tonight. All right, going to move out to this left side. This is a 3-player map, remember? So neither side knows where the other is. You can see the Reaper goes in the wrong direction, which is really nice for Solar. Of course, Solar's already built 4 Zerglings, so he's playing safe anyway. It doesn't really change all that much. And Solar is going to see the command center down here with this Overlord. So he was lucky he sent his Overlord in the right direction, which means this Overlord can now either pull back or he could send it south. I would like to send it down here personally, but looks like he's pulling it back to more of a defensive position. 1 Zergling sneaking down the right side. Keep in mind, you can walk here, guys. This is all shield ground or whatever you want to call it. And there's some cool stuff on this map. We were pointing out earlier in a game I was casting, there's little arbiter-looking things. There's minerals that are for some reason in a zoo enclosure. Let's actually watch the Zergling. Okay, sees the 3rd command center, sees the starport. Excellent scout. Solar has nothing to worry about. 2 queens out there, 3 Zerglings on the high ground as well. The Protoss is supply blocked by the giant mothership and can't warp anything else in, apparently. The Protoss abducted these units and are making them fight for fun. Oh, you think they've set up cameras everywhere and this is like reality TV for Protoss? You're like, this season on Mothership Wars, we've abducted a bunch of lesser species and they're gonna have an all-out war on the mothership. You know, they're like, I could actually see Protoss doing that. Maybe like the Tal'Darim especially, you know, the Alarak ones. The guys, because those guys they've got a good sense of humor, I feel like. I think they would enjoy watching some Terran and Zerg fighting for their life. I would tune in, guys. I would watch it for sure. It's like Dungeon Crawler Rainer, yeah. Oh, he's gonna go in! No, he thinks about it. There are more queens and a few Zerglings about to pop as well. I mean, it's only 2 Zerglings with link speed just now finishing. Could have maybe got a few drones, but BYUN doesn't want to risk it. Doesn't want to risk it for the biscuit. 5 queens are out, make it 7. We go to 7 queens up against Hellion Banshee, but this looks like a defensive Banshee because he's gone stim. No cloak. So it might be 2 Banshees. I saw BYUN do this the other day where he went 2, but he didn't get cloak for them and just used them as a little harassment / defense squad, which is not bad. Hellions are going to rotate left. If we look at this map, pretty wide open, right? You got this whole area here, this whole area here. Obviously, tank push along this ledge could be brutal later on. Something we'll have to keep in mind. Oh, Zerglings caught. Solar loses 4 Zerglings. Nice little ambush for BYUN. He's going for 4 gases. We should see that double engineering bay go down any moment now. I'm kind of late on it. 5 minutes. There we go. Not too bad. I mean, it's a Hellion Banshee build. You kind of have to delay those engineering bays, don't you? But if you skip cloak, I feel like you can get it a little earlier. But I guess because he's got the fast stim, maybe not. All right, the Hellions have all joined up. 4th hatchery on the left. Solar wants to expand away from BYUN. It's obviously going to be a big challenge. But I think that map's big enough that I think this is like a good pattern I've seen in a lot of the TLMC finalists. Is maps where, yes, your bases are far apart, therefore hard to defend, but it's also a big distance between you and your opponent. So it's not that easy for them to punish. I think that's very important on these maps. Nice grenade. Oh, this is bad for Solar. He loses a queen. He's going to lose another if he doesn't watch out. 1 Hellion for 1 queen. Great trade there for BYUN. 1-1 upgrades Lair and Bailey Nest on the way for Zerg. Solar's going to go for the Ling counter attack. Don't think he'll find too much. Maybe just lost mining time. And the Banshee's flying to the main base. Good micro. Doesn't go into the Spore. It's going to pull those home. Alien Reaper finally pushed back by the Queens. There's plenty of Marines and tanks there. It's just about how quickly BYUN reacts by pulling these guys away. And doesn't even have to. The Marine tanks on it. Oh, Banshees came back in. Looks like he got a Queen. Can he get a second? Yes, he can. I think he must have lost a Banshee, yeah. But I think this is worth it. Trade a Banshee, get rid of 2 Queens. The problem is this Banshee's trapped now. He can't escape this right side. Queens will come in and trap him in here. Eventually. He's going to be careful about droning that fourth with his Queens there. Oh, the Banshee flies into the Spores. But lots of mining time. Couple Queens, couple drones. Not bad damage at all. And now it's second factory. Armory on the way. And no doubt a 4th command center soon to follow. Marines with Stim and Medevacs are ready. He's going to boost across this map. Go towards that main base. Try to work that main base angle. And then later on, does he push the middle? Or does he push this left side, I wonder? This is so far out of the way to get up there as a Terran, but be interesting to see. He might just do split pushes, actually. He could play Biomine. He's still building tanks, though. Would have expected him to already swap to Widow Mines if he was planning that. 3rd tank builds. Infestation pit, I think, just finished, right, guys? Yes, it did. How quickly are we going for a hive? 7.5-minute hive. That's crisp. How's BYUN's wrists? BYUN's wrist is in a constant state of flux, guys. It's fine until there's too much attention on him, until he puts too much emphasis on the moment, gets a bit excited, and that's when the pain starts to kick in. Whether it's psychosomatic or just caused to him tensing up too much in those high-pressure moments, we're not 100% sure. He does have some things he does to lessen it, but when the pressure gets high enough, it's almost inevitable that BYUN's wrists will start to experience pretty heavy pain. The more multitasking you get, the longer the game gets. There's always a pretty good bet that he's experiencing at least a bit of pain. Oh, that tank position. Nice deny on the 5th. Oh, this is that position we were talking about, guys. Look at that. 2 tanks, 1 on either side. Great Marine spready, but the front Marines do get cleaned up a bit easily. And actually, BYUN may have screwed this up, guys. He's got a Marine drop in the back at the same time as well. Solar gets on top. Great hold for Solar, at least initially. Problem is that main base. Oh, ever since Transfuse got nerfed, Queens are no longer the unit they used to be. You know, back when it was 125 hit points, Queens were so very powerful. But these days, they cost 25 minerals extra each, and their Transfuse only does 75 healing, with the extra 50 being a non-stackable heal over time, which, of course, when you're getting focused by high-damage Terran units, very significant nerf. It makes me wonder, man, if I went back to like Heart of the Swarm, would I just be like, damn, these Queens are actually broken, man? Or I do remember the days of if you had a single Ultralisk with like 10 Queens healing it, that thing just would not die. But 75 heal, still pretty good spell, just not as powerful as it once was. Marine tank moving up the left, Drilling Claws is on the way. 4th command center is floating out, 5th command center building. Distraction on the right, real pushes on the left side. He's going to go forward with a few Marines. He's got a mine there as well. BYUN taking care of the gases. Solar is under heavy, heavy threat. I really worry about that Widow Mine. I feel like that Widow Mine could be devastating. But right side's the bigger problem right now. It's meant to be a little distraction. Oh, he gets us around though. Solar cleans up those guys. Splits way too many Lings into the main. And he is losing a bit of mining on this base. I think Solar's wise to just not go up that ramp. He's got to secure the mid-ground, though, and respread creep. If he can get control out here to this little pylon pillar thing, that's going to give him the ability to control the middle of the map. But right now, these Marines could dart in on the left at just about any moment. He's going Adrenal Glands, and there are 2 Vipers out. There's also 4 Hydras building. Groove Spines, now Muscular Augments coming in. Lurker upgrades coming in. Solar could stabilize and start to run away with this game. Blinding Clouds, double Blinding Clouds on the left on the Marines and the tanks. The Marines all pick up and save themselves. They're, of course, going to redrop on the left, get ready to come back in. Solar's whole army's distracted on the right. If BYUN stims in on the left again, which it looks like he's doing on that minimap, while distracting over here, he may find big damage on that left side. Solar pulls his whole army over, and it means he's going to be a little bit too slow, I think, to get back over here. Really nice move there for BYUN, just keeping Solar on the back foot. That's the old 1-2 punch all over again. Solar, he's under the gun right now. Can he hold on? Banelings do have that extra 5 hit points these days, which has made players have faith in their Ling Bane again. That Widowmine does get a decent smear. And those medevacs are going to pick up and pull away. Marines pushing forwards as well. Hatchery gets cancelled preemptively. Good choice. Hydrogen will be easy pickings. Solar stuck on 4 bases against the now Terran, who is going towards a 5th base on the front. BYUN, you crazy guy. I'm surprised he's not expanding along the left. And he's got a Ghost Academy coming in. Ghost's really good now. 125 hit points. I think overall a buff for them in every matchup. Even, it's only against Banelings and Colossus that they're worse, really, in the common interactions. Against everything else, they're stronger. Overall, I'd call that a pretty good buff for the Ghost. 2 supply, of course, being the bigger change. Previous patch, the 3 supply Ghosts were such a pain to build because they chewed up your army supply in the late game. No longer the case. If BYUN can just actually get out... I mean, right now his army's a bit fragile. That's the scary thing. Is what if he overextends and takes a bad fight and dies to the counterattack? Because, yeah, you got mass command center, but you've still only got 2 factories and 8 barracks. It's not the same as having Zerg reproduction or Protoss with, like, 20 gateways, you know, rebuilding. And these drops do take a fair bit of damage. They try and unload some of those Marines to save them. Medevac's not actually dying, just being heavily wounded. A few Lurkers go down in the middle. That is a big, massive biome mine. Here we go, Lingbane running in and out. The Lurkers, though, helping to zone it out. Soul is able to survive on 4 bases for now. The little wedge of Lurkers there. His hatchery gets cancelled yet again. Oh, man. No wonder Soul has been sneaking some Mutalisk styles in recently. You just got to get frustrated of just defending drops all game, right? I understand why all the noobs in the comments are always, oh, why don't they just build things that shoot up? And it's just the way it is where Zerg is kind of hanging on, barely able to survive. If they rush Corruptors or Muters or go for them early enough, they just struggle to defend the frontal push, right? Often end up dying, so it's really hard to do that. And you're trying to balance both options. It does feel painful to watch, though, these drops just having free reign of the Zerg base. Gets the Queen, gets the Lurkiden, gets the Hydroden, saves most of the bio. Oh, but BYUN walks through the Lurkers in the middle of the map. Okay, BYUN may have just messed up, guys. He's going to lose this whole drop in the main to Parasitic Bomb as well. It's Solar's counterattack time. Ghosts and Marines trying to be rebuilt. Solar's going to counter. There's a Planetary on the front. That thing's going to get blasted by the Lurkers. He has to stabilize and chill. Where are the Liberators? He has no libs. He's not got Fusion Core. He doesn't have range libs. He's got some Ghosts doing a few snipes, but I feel like right now he needs to give up this base. Because Solar's actually going to kill him if he's not careful. BYUN walking that army in and flying that drop to its death. Oh no, Solar might actually have this. We always talk about Solar being the guy who can get punched in the face for 20 minutes straight and then bring it back in the late game. And that looks like what he's trying to repeat here. Widowmine lands a splash damage hit. No direct damage on those Lurkers. A couple snipes do take out one of the Lurkers. But the Ghosts are low on energy. They've just been built and there's no tanks here. No tanks to fall back on. No libs. And that's a real problem. The SCV is going to pull left. I think with the Broodlord buff and Zerg's more willing to build Broodlords now, BYUN's afraid to play siege tanks, but you can see that's costing him. 4th base on the right side doing well. Zergling's tearing up the SCVs on the left. Ghost sniping the Hydras from the high ground is actually really well done. The Planetary is taking care of quite a few Zerglings, but the Lurker contain is a bit too much. Solar fighting back in style. It's a really awkward map to expand on. Mothership. He definitely was doing good early, but then he started falling behind as the game went on. Good abducts. Great abducts on those Ghosts. A whole bunch of Ghosts get abducted. And I think BYUN here on pure Marine Ghost just can't quite fight up. He had a few tanks or libs. He might have been able to hold on. Oh, he shoves forward. He breaks the libs, the Lurkers. Hold on. Hold on. Wait, is it not over? He's not even going to defend his third. He's just YOLOing. There's 5 drones in production trying to make Banelings right now. Solar does not have Fungal, he does not have Lurkers. There's Widow Mines behind his position here. 12 kills, 7 kills, and 3 kills, and 3 kills. Sorry, 12, 7, and 3. And oh my gosh, BYUN has a bigger army right now. Can he make magic happen? With Marine Ghost counterattack, he snipes the hatchery and runs away, probably the better choice. He's lost, how many command centers? He lost 2 planetaries and 1 regular command center. He's got a few extra, so he can always, you know, try to get back out there and take a new 4th. But only 28 workers, it feels really bad for him. Yeah, we need a replay on the Lurker volley over here where BYUN's army walked over it. 100%, guys. I mean, it was bad. Following that, losing the drop in the main is what made it really bad. I wonder if his drops could have flown away and escaped. Or were they too damaged and he figured Parasitic Bomb was going to kill them, so he needed to at least trade. Because if he got that army out of the main, I think BYUN was fine. Good snipe. Dude, Solar's lower on mining. BYUN's got mules and he's going to be able to land a 4th. Yeah, he's only got 30 workers, but he's ahead on mining right now. Solar does have 70 workers, so he can bounce back if he rebuilds these hatcheries. But that's actually crazy. Sniping the 4th and the 5th, Solar's in big trouble. He's going to re-expand to the right side. He's giving up on this left. He doesn't like it. It's too exposed to drops. Fourth command center was too exposed on the left. BYUN's going to try and go to the right. He's kind of losing SCVs for not that much, though. Gets the Overlord. Nice. Abduct into Hydras is usually the name of the game here. These Lings, are they enough to deal with that on their own? More units are coming down. Abduct. Oh, he doesn't quite get in range. Wasn't that many Hydras anyway, so I don't think one Abduct would have cut it. Bio defends over there. 32 workers to 67. Zerg favor. 4th base is rebuilt. 5th base almost built now on the right side, replacing the one on the left that went down. BYUN is going to have a massive army at max. Zergling's going to be trading nicely for SCVs. Really good trade for Solar. Solar's max now. Solar wants to be doing more of this. He's also building more Infestor Viper. And those Zerglings will get mostly cleared up as Solar pulls back. BYUN's just got to... He's got to max out, but he's not got that much money, you know? He's got... How many orbitals? 5. I mean, he's just got to drop mules like crazy. And then as he gets close to max, save them for scanning the lurkers, right? What do the chevrons mean? Advantage. So one red chevron means one like slight mineral advantage on the income for Solar. But you can see it's 3 and 3. So he's got massive mineral and gas income advantages right now. Yeah. BYUN's army at max is bigger, but I just don't know how you push with this. Not with Infestor Lurker. Viper. Hanging out here, ready to defend. Cancels his snipe, runs away. Good move. Fungal landing. I don't know if that's really achieving that much, though. Hydrobane comes forward. You don't want to eat the big EMPs. Lots of Infestors are available, though. Medevacs don't have a crazy amount of healing juice. BYUN's just trying to max out and win that maxed out battle. The problem is going to be the spellcasters. Oh, Marauders and Ghosts. He lands a few EMPs. Solar just YOLOing. Does throw a nice fungal bile combo, but remember the... Oh, sorry, fungal parasitic combo. The Wombo combo, but there's only one medevac gets hit by it. So I don't know if that's good enough for Solar. Solar wants there to just be one big game-ending battle. He knows he's ahead, but the Viper's going to run in. It will get a Blinding Cloud off. Wingbane from the left. Oh my gosh, the Infestors landing a few big fungals. There's so many Ghosts and Marauders in here. Oh my golly. BYUN's army tankier than the Zergs, able to just stand there in the face of it and take some pretty crazy hits. The Lings will run forward now, though, and 24 Lings, 7 Hydras reproducing. Is this enough for Solar? BYUN trying to push with a hyper-maxed army. I think Solar needs to pull back now, but does he? I think he might be overextending a little. No, he's got a big Ling reinforced, way bigger than I realized. He's able to hold on, and that should have been BYUN's last chance to win this game. Gonna drop another wave of mules to try to rebuild. But at this point, I'd say it's over. When you've been this far ahead in income for this long, he's now securing a 6th and 7th base on the left side. BYUN still on the initial 4. His main and natural are completely mined out. 3rd base low on minerals and gas as well. Dude, good game 1 comeback for Solar. BYUN's going to be kicking himself. I do wonder if he just got stressed, feeling like late game's really good for Zerg or something. I don't think he should feel that way. Maybe he just wasn't willing to turtle up in the late game. Maybe he feels like early late game is bad for Terran. Full drop does go down. The reason I'm theory crafting this is just because it felt like he was trying to force it so much with the biomine. He was quite slow to the ghost transition, right? And with no libs or tanks, always just feels a bit wrong to me, right? Like, having either range libs or tanks to kind of hold defensive positions is just so powerful. Oh my gosh, the lurker gets buried. He doesn't have a scan. And the ghost getting jumped on. The Hydras are there. The lunge should come forward. Solar surprisingly not lunging just yet. He's holding onto his lunge. There we go. He lunges down the right side. Left side does get sniped pretty bad. But Solar has way too much Zerg on the dance floor. GG, well played. All right, guys. So we found the moment from game one. He scans here. He sees the armies kind of pulling back. His drop's going in the main. He sees the army leave. So he goes, cool. We're distracting you. And at some point, look at this. The scan runs out at the exact same moment. Lurkers come like 2 seconds later and burrow because Solar realizes he needs to hold this position. He burrows them. And that is a big pack of bio that went to D-Town there. Ooh, that's rough. Because he had the scan, he saw the army pull away. He's like, yeah, I can push through here and maybe kill this base, maybe go left, kill that base. Oh, and then he loses this drop as well. And that was such a turning point in game one. Well played to Solar. GG's. Great game one for BYUN until it wasn't. Does go now for the command center first as we go into Old Republic. Old Republic does have some beautiful purple fountains, guys. Fountains dropping into these purple pools. This is my favorite kind of aesthetic part of any maps in the TLMC finalists of this one, guys. I also like the little goldeny tree with like little purple sparkles floating around, little fireflies or whatever they are. Very nice map in that regard. We've got Solar in the bottom left. Going to be going for a hatch gas pool. Pretty standard stuff. And it is, of course, a barracks into double gas. BYUN will be going for the quick factory. No crazy 3 barracks follow-up to this command center first. Thank you, Starry Nightlife, for the 22-month resub. Appreciate it. Thinking about the architecture of Old Republic, guys. It's one of these ones where you've got this kind of narrow, winding, sight blockery path through the middle, which is why this base just sucks, right? But it's very central. The problem is, once you take your third here, where do you take your fourth? Because down here is exposed. Up here is really hard to get to because you got to go like around to defend it. But then the central base that's easy to take is just right in front of this canyon of death. There's the valley of death here, you know? So the Terran's going to love pushing through there with biotank mine. I'm very curious what Solar's approach is on this map. I think it'd probably be a good map to go Roach Ravager if you want to take that middle base. So you can stall it out. Thank you very much, Blue Steel, with the big $10. Thanks to the Solar Games, the general contribution, doing my part. I'm doing my part. Indeed. Helping managed democracy thrive here in StarCraft. I've started listening to, I was saying earlier, Red Rising, guys. Very good book so far. I was like, ooh, they have Helldivers in that as well. It's a different sort of Helldiver, but, and I don't think they even pretend for it to be managed democracy in that case, but, it was good. I wonder, has anyone played the Helldivers 2 mod where the guy was putting StarCraft in there? He was putting a whole bunch of StarCraft units in there. Like, he was basically just skinning, you know, the big bugs to be like Ultralisks and like all this sort of stuff. And he was changing, like, he was just throwing all the different skins in there basically. And I don't know if it's like playable or not, but if anyone has, let me know. I should totally hop on and play that one day, just make a little video, because I mean, first person StarCraft has always been the dream. One of the reasons I love natural selection, you know, it kind of had that Aliens feel of going through a facility or a science vessel or a spaceship or whatever, fighting Zerg popping out of the air vents everywhere and that sort of stuff, or being the Zerg crawling out of the air vents, crawling across the ceiling, jumping on people's faces. First time we played natural selection back as kids, discovering that at the internet cafe was wild. I was like, I can be the bugs. I can crawl up the wall and drop on a marine's, you know, head and chomp his face off. I'm like, oh, this is amazing. Very fun game. Very fun game. Oh, BYUN's made a small mistake here. 4 works on gas. Hopefully he corrects that in the near future. He's gone for the 2-1-1, guys. So it's CC first into 3CC 2-1-1. This is about as greedy as it gets. This leads really nicely into an 8 racks if he wants to do it. Oh, I like that. Using the rocks to kill the creep tumor with the splash damage. Third Command Center is coming up as well. Thank you, Starry Nightlife, for the subby sub as well. Appreciate you guys. All right, guys, the moment of truth. Where's Solar going to take his fourth? Well, he's going to play fast muters. This is his fast muter build, guys. It's very bare bones. Just 7 queens, 7 zerglings, like very light on the units, but he gets his 4 gas up so early. And the muters kick in really fast. But he needs to be making a lot of units right now, or this double drop's going to be very difficult to deal with. All right, we got a third barracks building for BYUN. Double upgrades going up in the natty. 4th and 5th barracks would be nice. Beautiful. BYUN's build is tight, but he still has no idea about the Mutalisk, guys. And if he ends up like hanging around with drops and then the Muters come out, kill 2 full Metavacs, often it just snowballs really hard in Zerg's favor. So I love that Solar's been mixing these Muter builds in. He's doing really well with it. Here we go! Nicely done. Queenling Bane comes forward. Metavac's picking up, flying away. It's a good hold to start for Solar, man. Really good hold. Big thanks to Brian. I think that allows us to hit that $200 for first place today. Thank you so much. Appreciate the huge $50 tip, mate. So thanks to you guys watching live every week, dropping the tippy tips, as well as, of course, the people on YouTube later on and dropping their support. It does allow us to support tournaments like this. So thank you so much for supporting the Pigosaur, guys. Really appreciate you all. Best way to do it if you watch on YouTube is, of course, the Patreon. Link is down below in the description. As a much higher percentage goes to the creator than if you use like the super chats. I mean, super chats are still obviously much appreciated. I think we get, what, 65, 70% of that or something, but it's like 90% or so with Patreon. All right, this is actually really good right now because the Muters are out. They're unspotted, and he's just going to use them to shut this drop down, which is excellent. Oh, he gets the full one immediately. He should fly in front to make sure this Medevac can't boost out of there, but BYUN caught completely unawares. He throws a turret, and he's got to now kind of go, oh gosh. He hasn't built a turret in his main or his third, just his natural because it's the more exposed base, but he hasn't split his Marines. A little bit sloppy. Sends a few Marines over there. He will lose 2 SCVs and that turret. This turret is hilariously placed, by the way. That SCV is probably going to be trapped unless he finishes building it here. Can't repair that guy either, but at least it protects the engineering base a bit. They take 30% of the donation, WTF. If you're using a super chat or if you're using like bits on Twitch or something like that, yeah. I mean, if you guys ever want to support any creator, obviously, like there's always a certain amount that gets taken by whatever platform you're using, unless you're doing a direct PayPal or something like that. Which is why if you're donating on my stream, obviously it almost all goes to me. It's just whatever gets lost in any transaction fee, which is not a lot, very little, 2% or something, whatever. That's it. A lot of people don't realize. Yeah, but that is the way it goes. Like 100 bits is always 1 USD, but they charge you a lot more than 1 USD to buy 100 bits. So you guys can usually figure out the differences on that. It does vary a bit. All right, guys, Massling Bane Muter, 88 workers. 1-1 against 1-1. I'm not so sure about this push for BYUN. I really feel like these Muters could absolutely wreak havoc. Who's back? He's going to try and come in to flank this. Solar wants to fight. He wants to clean this army up, and BYUN wisely is backing off creep. I think this is really smart for BYUN to get out of there and max out. There's no hive on the way. Maybe if BYUN can get max, but oh god, he's caught out in the open. He's going to try and stim. The Widowmine does burrow. Does it land the shot that it needs? It actually lands a good shot on a few of those Banes. Pretty good defense for BYUN considering how much Zerg there is. But of course, this is a rich Solo who I think is happy to take these trades. Trading evenly when you're on 5, now 6 bases in fact, with this one finishing. 6 bases, 87 workers. Oh, I was going to say you can trade like this all day. But BYUN gets his first very necessary victory. Turning that from dead even to about 1,200 resources in his favor as he snaps 6 Mutalisks and an Overseer. Solo got away with a very greedy opening, guys. He's got to make something of it, though. BYUN is still almost maxed, and he's building 2 Widow Mines at a time. BYUN keeps pumping mines. Gets maybe a Thor out as well in the maxed army. Could be very nice. It's only 15 Mutalisks. It's not a massive count. I'd love to see Solar split his Ling Bane up and start rolling into mineral lines. All right, he's going to take out the refinery. Very nicely done. That Marauder was looking like a juicy pick off, but he does just choose to fly away. 2-2's on the way. It's almost done for Solar, while 3-3 has started already for BYUN. Now, BYUN's got an Orbital on the 4th. Incredibly dangerous choice. Planetary helps a lot against Lingbane. I think he wants to be able to just lift it and run it away so it can't get blown up by Banelings. Because that's one of the most frustrating things as a Terran with a Planetary is you can't lift it. Good Widowmine bio spread. The Marauders are starting to come in with Concussive as well. The 8-Rax is up and finished. Mutas do fly in. They take out a missile turret, but plenty of Marines at home to defend. This is why I really wish this Lingbane would counterattack. I don't think BYUN can handle the mobility of Solar. But right now, BYUN's army is really strong front on if he's got the right formation. Marauders up front, Widowmine's behind. No, but he's not watching. And some of that Marine Marauder was balled up. Good little skirmish there for the Zerg player. 2 missile turrets on this base will defend. And look at that. 2 mutas going down. 1 to the turrets, 1 to the Widowmine. He's got a nice formation, does BYUN. He's really handling this very well as he starts another command center. Solar's now got a hive, 3-3 adrenal glands. I just think he's got so much money he's not using right now. I think Solar's kind of got to raise the tempo. I don't think BYUN can keep up if he does that. But BYUN's doing a really good job of making Solar scared, and I think Solar's army should be looping around at least half of his army counterattacking. Turret goes down in the main, though. Main base is undefended. That's going to cause a lot of problems here for BYUN. The Marines and the Mutas skirmishing in the main. The Mutas coming out on top. It's going to be hard for those Marines popping out of the barracks to really put up a good fight. These Widowmines not burrowed here, just standing right in the open. Mutas still camping the production. Reactors starting to go down. Widowmine. Ooh, that was a good Widowmine. Another decent one there as well. Ultra Cavern's not quite ready, but the Marauders just have no firepower behind them. The Marauders rely on having Marines and Widowmines backing them up, and that just was not the right formation. BYUN, I think, just got caught too unawares by the Mutalisks, and that put Solar in an excellent position. I think he's going to be able to take down BYUN 2-0, which is a real shame for BYUN with how far ahead he was in game 1, but this is what happens sometimes. Solar, I think, has always been one of the most confident Lingbane players, and as Lingbane got nerfed, it really hurt him as a player, and I think he's so happy to have the ability to play these Baneling styles back, to have Mutas be just that little bit more accessible, cheaper to get them, 5-second quicker build time on the Spire. It adds up, man. It really does add up. Gets one depot there just before those Lings go down, being as annoying as possible. BYUN's still got a big army, so it's not over till it's over. Few Ultras have joined in. Surprisingly, no Spellcasters. I always feel at this stage, if you can just get 1 or 2 Infestors in your army, it can be a game changer, you know? It can absolutely snowball. Mutas flying in. How many is that? 22 Mutalisks. Wow. He's going to get rid of the engineering bays, but 3-3's already done. All that denies is the building armor and high-sec auto-tracking. I think BYUN's already got a high enough sec drive as is. I mean, +1 range would be good on the missile turrets, but he doesn't have any planetaries. He's going to go in the natural again. Solar takes out the turret. Ooh. Oh, armory snipes big. Oh, Lingbane Ultra rolls in the front as well. Whoa, those Banes didn't do much. Solar's up 30 worker supply, which means, you know, it's better for him right now to take small trades, splitting his army up, running it into bases, make it as messy as possible. You've got a lot of supply in Mutalisks. They suck in fights. You're up 30 workers. It's hard to match the Terran army in one big frontal fight, but little skirmishes, this is the way to do it. Mutas come back in on the natural. Once again, find more damage. These Ultras trading pretty well, I would say. Tries to run away, but they will get taken out. But Ultra up top, taking out this base. Mutas flying away on the right side. As long as Solar keeps trading, that's really good. And I'd love to see him work some Lings in the natural in this base, and then hit this with the next wave of Ultra Bane. Oh, and not flying his Mutalisks into Marines would also be good. He's lost a total of 15 Mutalisks this game now. Units lost tab will be swinging in BYUN's favor. BYUN still has a big hyper maxed out army, man. The Bane's not that good against Marauders and Thors, and there's just not that many Marines for them to hit. You can see as the Mutas come back, oh, those Medivacs are so exposed. Can he get the full Medivac? No, he cannot. The rest of BYUN's army does get over that. No Widowmines in the mix anymore. There's 5 on the map, but none with the army. There we go. 2 finally rally in. Big bio ball on creep. Oh my gosh. There's no Banelings ready. He's got a moment. BYUN being decisive. He has a moment. Those Banes are about to finish. Oh no, those Banes are about to finish. He's got to get out of here, man. The hatchery survives. A lot of the bio gets taken down by Banelings. Yes, he gets the Ultralisk. I can't believe that hatchery survived, though. Widowmine, he retargets the Widowmine. He retargeted the Widowmine on the Banes, but Solar got there with the Overseer and took it out just in time. He does keep a bunch of these units alive right now. 3-3 is done for both sides, so the Terran upgrade advantage is gone. Planetary in the north is finally here. How many SCVs has he lost? 33 this game. Not a single drone has perished. It tells you how one-sided the trading has been. It's all been on the Terran side of the map, but BYUN is hanging in there. He's weathering the storm, and I do think more Ultras and a few Fungals would be game changers. But I don't know, man. The Mutas, they're annoying. Are they still the right thing to be spending 36 supply on at this stage? I wouldn't mind him not replacing these. And instead subbing it out for a more straight-up army. Ooh, Queen's in the open. BYUN's finally going to finish this hatchery. He also has a little squad down here, a little Honmono force. Hatchery goes down. Widowmine's trying to burrow on the front. Banelings take care of them. Great detonation there by Solar to take care of those. Ooh, the missile turrets are getting ravaged. Oh no, the Mutas, man. +3 Mutalisks doing 12 damage a shot. They're blasting those turrets. No building armor. That's the problem. No building armor. That's why the losing the eBays has actually been so big. He's lost 17 turrets. You're not meant to lose that many turrets, mate. Oh, Bane's coming in. BYUN is watching, but there's so much Zerg. And those Baneling roly-poly boys, they go roly-poly. Somehow, the Marines not getting hit, but there's Mutas in the main. They're about to take out the Orbital. Ultra takes care of that. Ooh, the Marines do save the Orbital in the main. Nice move by BYUN. Sorry, guys. Shifting that camera. I know it's a bit awkward, but got to see everything. Oh, and Ling's on the front as well. 31 workers on this base. I think it's all Ogre, man. It's all Ogre, man. It's all Ogre. Yeah. Much like in the Aliens film at the end when Shrek runs in and just knocks everyone out, I think it's only a matter of time until Solar does that to BYUN. It's just when does he choose to break the neck? He's been kicking him, breaking his ribs, punching him, snapping a few of his pinky fingers and toes. But it's time to let the torture over and put him out of his misery, Solar. One finishing blow. To be fair, it's equal army supply still. So Solar, like I said, small fights, trading everywhere without a big direct engagement is the way to do this. He's doing it really well. I like this choice. The army was pretty far away. Mutas will come back in on that top left. They will fight those Marines, which I think they could maybe win that fight, but without any armor upgrades, it is tough. Ultra Ling getting a decent trade. 22 workers go down. He's building 10 more Mutalisks because of course he is. He does overwhelm those guys, and he will stop these turrets from getting up. You are kidding me. The turret's unable to finish. That is absolutely tragic. And the Mutas once again have free reign. Dude, this is brutal. Well played. Really well played. Solar got away with the Muta build, and so far, I have seen him go 2-1 with this build. One game, he just crushed the first Medevac 1 pretty quickly after that. This game crushed the first Medevacs once the Mutas got out, and then he got control over it and is dominated from then. The one game he's lost was Clem hit him with a Hellbat timing, and he just died. And that was, I think, last week's Pigosaur finals. And that was just happened to be a very good build counter from Clem, right? You know, Hellbat builds aren't the worst, but they're definitely not the best against a more standard style. They happen to be pretty much the best against what he was facing in that one, though. Mutas will clean this Widow Mine up. They needed the Overseer to come back for the detection. Shrek was in Aliens? Yeah, you don't remember? Yeah. Yeah, it was Lord Farquaad was, he was working for the, what's the name of the corporation? I always get my evil corporations in different movies. I'm like, Sensodyne. I'm like, I don't think it was Sensodyne. Is that Terminator? Ultra Baneling running forwards here as well. Wayland? Wayland? That's it. Wayland Corps. Ooh, hatchery's going to fall. BYUN kills a hatchery and says, there we go. At least I killed a building. Couple drones. And he finally taps. Solar gets a beautiful 2-1.